What's up, everybody? Matt from the Jam Gamecast here, coming to you tonight with the top 5 video. And tonight's top 5 is going to be my top 5 least favorite JRPGs that I have ever played and finished. Um, so let's jump right into it. Number 5 on my list is Dragon Quest IX. Um, this was actually the first Dragon Quest game that I ever played, and some say that it was maybe not the best one to start with. I was really interested at the time. I wanted to design my own character, and this game provides you with that option. You can design your own characters in this game instead of using pre established characters. But I think that that was kind of the downfall for me with the game. This game has multiplayer, so you could go online and use your character and play with other people online. And I think that this game was more focused on that than the actual story. And since there wasn't like an established character or characters, I think that the story was less focused on, and I think that the game suffered because of that. So number 5 on my list. All right, so we'll move right along. Number 4 on my list, and this is going to be, I think, a controversial one. I know a lot of people really love this game. Some people say that this is the best JRPG ever, but I just couldn't get into it when I played it, and that's Chrono Trigger. I played the DS version. I think my problem with this game was that it was just, by the time I played it last year. By the time I played it, it was just way overhyped for me. I never played it on the Super Nintendo or anything. Didn't even know what the game was when I was a kid and had a Super Nintendo. So I think the game was just too overhyped for me. Everybody hyped it up. Um, the story, I think I felt disconnected from the story because it's a time travel story. Sometimes I get lost in the whole time travel thing. You know, I didn't really like the end where you could essentially beat the final boss in different time periods. To me, it was just too many options to go with instead of just having one straight path and knowing, like, okay, this is the boss and this is where I fight him and everything. So I didn't really like that aspect to it. I really liked Frog, though. Frog was my favorite character in the game. But yeah, I think the problem for me with this game was that it was just too hyped for me. And I used a guide for the game too. And I think that really wasn't the best idea. Instead of just playing it, I used a guide, and I think that took away from my experience too. So yeah, number 4 on the list is Chrono Trigger. All right, and next on my list is a Vita title, and that game is, for number 3 on the list, the game is Tales of Hearts R. Now, this was my very first Tales game, and again, some people say that this probably wasn't the best entry to start with. Um, I feel that the game was just like, it was really mediocre. And the thing that really got me was the length of the game. There was many parts in this game where I was like, okay, this should probably be wrapping up now, and it just felt like it just kept going on and on and on, and a lot of it felt unnecessary. And a lot of stuff, especially towards the end, I was just like, come on, I just want to beat this game and move on. Didn't really ever grab me. I think that the main character, Core, is pretty cool, and he's got a cool look to him, but the overall story just never grabbed my attention or anything, so I was really kind of bored with this game. So that's why number 3 on my list is Tales of Hearts R. Alright, and moving right along, number 2 on my list is a game that I just recently finished, and it's another Vita game. And I'm also going to be doing an impressions video on this game, so I won't go too much into it here, but that game is Conception 2 Children of the Seven Stars. So this game, there's not really much story to it. This game is mainly for fan service. It's one of those type of games. There's not much story to it. There's another thing I didn't like. There's no overworld. You just kind of move your cursor on the screen and go to different locations. And then the only time you get to really control the character is when you're in the dungeons. They really try to, I think, at least dungeon wise, they try to copy Persona, especially Persona 4. I didn't really like it. Like I said, there's not really much story. A lot of stuff that they do in the game, you're just kind of like, okay, that kind of came out of nowhere. But like I said, I'm going to do an impressions video on this, so I'll go more into detail on that. But yeah, number 2 on my list is Conception 2 on the Vita. Alright, and my number 1 disliked JRPG that I ever played and finished. And this might be controversial too, but this game either seems like opinions vary, where you either love the game or you didn't really like the game. And I, of course, didn't really like the game. That's why it's number 1 on my list, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles. As you can see, I played the 3DS version. I do have the Wii version, but I prefer to play handheld games. So I played it on the 3DS, which maybe is the reason why I didn't like it as much. Obviously, the graphics are much better on the Wii. So maybe if I would have played it on the Wii, I would have liked it a little more. But I could tell right away, as soon as I started this game, I really wasn't going to like it. As soon as I hit that first battle, and I did not like the battle system in this game. Way too complicated. I didn't like how kind of slow it was, and it's more of like, from what I understand, it's more like a MMO type of battle system. And for me, that was really the big thing. I didn't like the battle system. The overall story for me was boring. I never really got grabbed by the story. And again, this game is really, really too long. This is the longest JRPG I ever played, and I think I played like 91 hours into this game, and way too long, and that's another downfall for me. I didn't like the item system, or the way you had to craft items and the way you equipped gear and everything like that. I didn't like that either. The voice acting was kind of weak in my opinion. So yeah, again, like I said, maybe if I played the Wii version, I would have liked it more. But as of right now, this is my number 1 least favorite JRPG that I ever played. So yeah, that's going to do it for my first top 5 video. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Please comment down below. Let me know what your least favorite JRPGs are. And again, this is all just my opinion. So if your opinion differs, that's perfectly fine. I'm not the be all end all in what games are good or bad. These are just ones that I happen to dislike. So yeah, please please subscribe. Me and my brother do the podcast. I do collection videos. I do impression videos, mainly on JRPGs. So yeah, until next time.